It's Thanksgiving week, meaning you might be sitting at a table on Thursday with people who know what's really going on in schools. They know about those brainwashing teachers who are part of this big conspiracy meant to change the country and control students' minds. And there's even a chance that some of them will be so bold that they will share these thoughts out loud. And you might want to blurt out, "Dude, I teach geometry." Or maybe you want to say, "Hey, Uncle Steve, when was the last time you were actually in a school?" Maybe it's time to turn off the news or stop reading those memes on Facebook. Or maybe you're like a lot of us, and you're just done with the conflict and sick of all that noise. And so you just want to sit at that table and try not to let it bother you, even though it probably still will. Yeah, all appropriate responses. You know, one of the most unfortunate things about the past 3 years is all of that noise. I mean, educators worked so hard during the pandemic, learning new technologies on the fly, all of the social distancing and masking and working with students who got a taste of life with very little boundaries and not wanting those boundaries when they returned to school. And you dealt with sub shortages and staff shortages and crowded classrooms, TikTok challenges that destroyed bathrooms, teaching students with skyrocketing anxiety, skyrocketing apathy, measurable and apparent learning loss. And all the while hearing this commentary that educators as a whole have some type of agenda other than wanting to help students find success in life. It's exhausting. And this noise is untrue. I spend a lot of time with educators all over the country, and they're the best damn people I've ever met. Not just kind, which they largely are, but so deeply committed to their work and their students. These people I meet are masters of their craft, and by and large, just want to help students grow in their academic and social and essential skills. I mean, that's it. I mean, I've never met a teacher who got into this work to get rich or to gain glory and fame. Every teacher I know started this work based on the fundamental belief that teaching and mentoring kids is important. Now, have some teachers forgotten why they got into education? Of course, teachers are human, and it's a lot easier to forget your driving purpose when you're getting beat down all the time. But we all started to serve students. So here's the thing. All of this noise and animosity doesn't serve students well. I worked with a school recently where 40 community members showed up to a school board meeting with signs and spent the whole meeting taking turns at the microphone berating the district's educators because they heard the term SEL is in the curriculum. The superintendent told me that he had open book times the whole month before the meeting where anyone was welcome to come and review the curriculum and ask any questions that they have about it. How many of those 40 protesters do you think showed up to review that curriculum? Yeah, you probably guessed right. So it must have not really been about the curriculum then. Then why berate the teachers? Because I can tell you that they feel it when people in their community work against them. And of course that impacts how they teach and help students find success. It's unhelpful. And so if you're a non-educator watching this, know that your support of educators goes a long way. Volunteering, giving resources, sending kind emails matters. And if you're a non-educator who publicly tears down teachers without even reviewing the curriculum, knock it off. If you have questions, ask them. If you have concerns, share them, but do it from a place of love, knowing that the people working in our schools are trained professionals who are just trying to help students succeed. And the vast majority of them mostly want what you want. And if you're an educator watching this, know that that school district I spoke in has a population of about 10,000 people, and only 40 of them were running their mouths at the school board meeting. Oftentimes, it's the smallest minority that makes the most noise, but they're not reflective of the whole. Of course, this creates problems, but I think it's important to know that there are a lot of people who support the work you do, and understand that the fundamental purpose of that work is to serve kids, which serves our communities, which serves our society. And if we can all get behind that, imagine what school would be like for students and for you. And imagine how much better Thanksgiving